how do you expect somebody with no game to recognize game? You know what I'm saying? Like, she has no game. So you mad that she's paying somebody who has no game. She has no game. So if you have no game, how could you recognize game? Right? So you can't be too mad at the broad. Sometimes you have to put it in her face so it's so obvious, because once you get the broad, you have to teach her what value is sometimes. You have to teach her that a disciplined man with intellect and these things is valuable, because she might have came up in a space where she doesn't even understand that's valuable. Yeah. Now, it ain't your job to teach her broad, but at the same time, sometimes you got to keep an open mind, and that's why I use the tools, because the most valuable thing about myself is my mind and my wisdom and my discipline and my intellect. But every woman can't see that value by just looking at me. Yeah. Two, doesn't even value those things even if she did see them. But guess what? They all value the designer, these physical things that they've been programmed to see. Yeah. So these are called tools in the game. So I got the Rolls Royce, I got the jewelry, I wear the designer. That's going to pique the interest of the masses. Then once she gets with me because I got her interest in her ear, now she could hear my wisdom, she could hear my intellect, and if she likes me enough, I can teach her that these things are actually valuable. You get what I'm saying?
Right, no, for sure, definitely. It's like you're using it as bait, but then when you catch her, you actually tell her what the fuck is real. And then okay, so let me ask you this. That's a good point. So when you get the there, right? Like, let's say, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you pique the interest of the masses, you get her in. Once you get, you tell her, you explain her, you teach her what's really valuable, right? What happens? I mean, I already know the answer to this. I feel like you're already gonna tell me, but let's say you get her in and then you start explaining to her, no, I know you saw the watch, I know you saw the chain, I know you saw the core, but that's not what's really valuable in this household. And she start trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, that's not even how the conversation go. I don't speak about these things at all. You know, so I don't say, oh, I know.
But I was just trying to say, like, when you start explaining to her what's really valuable, and she starts trying to like be like if she starts showing signs that she doesn't value those things, what is just throw that in the water? Or
well, it's not even. Of course, you know, if she don't get on my program, of course she's gonna be gone. But that's not even how it goes. It's not a one situation where I sit down and I say, hey, this is valuable, this is valuable, this is valuable. You show her these things are valuable by how you're living in front of her. Okay. Right? She sees me living with integrity. She sees me reading. She sees me giving her books. She sees everything that I'm about encompassing, and it has nothing to do with the material things. So in me living in front of her, she comes to her own conclusion of these things being valuable. You understand? So it's like this, right? You get with a woman. Most of the time, a woman's been with a sucker, been with a liar, been with a fake dude who did and said anything to get with her, right? So when she gets with most dudes, what is she going to do? She's going to treat us based on her experience with most dudes, which is a bunch of frauds. So she's not going to treat us all the way right. She's not going to be completely receptive. She's been done wrong. She's not going to be completely trusting with you, right? So you have to understand that, because if I dealt with nothing but bad experiences, then I'm going to think that's all there is. But what you have to do is understand. Now, not all dudes going to do this, but if you have somebody worth it, sometimes you understand you might have to take a little abuse for 2-3 months. And in those 2-3 months, once she sees you living in front of her as a righteous man, she will start to see, damn, this dude is like this. He has integrity. He holds his word. He's not like these other dudes. And 3 months later, boom, a light bulb goes off in her head. Damn, this man. Then the appreciation comes in. Then the receptiveness comes in. Now she's more open. Now she's more trusting, because you had to show her something different. You can't just tell her something different, because every dude has told her he was 100. And most of the time they've never been 100. Right. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to show a woman by living in front of her and understand the fact that she done been with so many frauds. She's scarred. Right. And you can't just tell her you a real dude. You have to show her.
Exactly. No, I 100% agree with that. But I wanna actually break that part down. You said you gotta take abuse for a couple months. What you mean by that?
I'm not. Listen, I'm saying not
because if a disrespect me go there, I don't know if I can deal with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I can deal with that, brother.
That. But everybody's not at our point though. You know, different phases in my life I would chase a woman. Different phases in my life I would allow certain things. I'm at a point now with the things that I'm doing where a woman got to come damn near ready made. Right. But everybody's not at our status, at our point. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying to certain individuals, they got to understand that when you're on the come up, when you're on your come up, it's different things that you're going to accept than when you actually done made it. It's certain things you're going to accept. Yeah. So some dudes have to just, and I ain't saying, man, let the broad be disrespectful. That's not what I mean. Right. What I'm saying is understand her point of view, where she's coming from, how most of these dudes are. And if she's had nothing but poor experience with dudes who've been lying, all of these dudes is lying to get in her pants. All of these dudes was faking the front to get with her and change. So she's coming in sour. Like, man, every dude I've ever been with been a fraud. So you have to take that into consideration and understand, listen, I'm going to show her by living in front of her as this 100% man example. And eventually over time, she's going to get appreciation, right? You're not just asking a broad off the jump, trust me, trust me, listen to me. No. Let me prove to you why you should. And I'm going to prove to you just by living and being a man I told you that I was when we met. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying a dude should take abuse like literally, but what I'm saying is sometimes give a broad leeway. Like I said,